The laser cutter is one of the most popular tools in the makerspace. It uses a laser beam to cut sheets of material 29 inches wide by 17 inches tall. You can cut a lot of materials on it: wood, leather, acrylic, as well as round objects like bottles or cups. Some things should never go in the laser cutter: stacked sheets of paper, for example, as well as vinyl sheets. For these, use the vinyl cutter. Make sure you turn on the exhaust before you start using the laser cutter. And never leave the laser cutter unattended. Follow these simple rules and everything will be just fine. Now let's show you how to set up the laser cutter. The first thing you will need to do is put down your materials sheet inside the laser cutter. Make sure it's laying flat on top of the grid. Make sure to line up your material against the guides. And then the next step is to focus the laser cutter. Use the up and down arrows on the control panel to move the grid up and down, but don't move the grid all the way up. Instead, hook the focusing tool to the laser cutting head, and once it's done, continue bringing the grid up. When the focusing tool tips over from the laser cutting head, you're good to go. Use the arrows on the control panel to move the laser cutting head back to the top left corner. Now let's take a look at our laser cutting software. The software is called Ruby. It is web-based, and it's got everything you need to manage your laser cutting projects. Let's take a look at Ruby's 4 main tabs and what they do for our laser cutting projects. The Manage tool is where you can find all the designs on the laser cutter. The Design tab is where you can import or design projects for the laser cutter. The Prepare tab is where you will choose your cutting properties for your materials. And the Produce tab is where you will keep track of the production of your project. Let's take a look at the Design tab together. All the design tools we need are at the top of the screen on that tab. We can draw lines using the Line tool. We can select any object to delete it. We can also draw basic shapes like circles or rectangles. We can also bring in pictures to engrave on the laser. And any of these objects, lines, shapes, or pictures can be resized, moved, or transformed for your project. We also have a text tool with a variety of fonts available. Just like the other objects, the text can be resized and transformed as you need it. Use the handles on the corners and the sides for resizing, and use the arrows at the top of each object for rotating. Finally, the Undo and Redo buttons are here if you change your mind. If you need a little more precision, you can also change the size or position of your shapes by directly putting in the measurements you need in the fields on the right-hand side of your screen. You can also combine shapes together to obtain more complex shapes. Just like the other shapes, these complex shapes can be modified, rotated, resized, etc., etc. And now, let's send something to the laser cutter. We are going to use this test sheet available in the Manage tab to test out our cardboard settings on a piece of chipboard. Design features in your project are sorted by color. You'll see why in a moment. Click the Create Job button to send your design to the Prepare tab. The test sheet is already loaded in the cutting space. We can still make some changes here if we need to, but if you have a lot of changes to do, it's better to take care of that in the Design tab. Select your design, and you will notice that the colors on the side are sorted by engraving and cutting. Black to engrave, red to cut. Let's pick the correct material from our database. Today we'll just go with cardboard. And then just click Push to Laser to send your design to the Produce tab. Click the play icon and the laser cutter will start cutting your project. Here's what it looks like. The laser cutter will start with your engraving features, followed by everything that needs cutting. Finally, it will cut the outline of your project. And that's it. You know all the basics for the laser cutter. As usual, now that you know the basics, let's run a little project to get a little more experience. Today, I'm going to show you how to design custom bookmarks in Ruby and make them on the laser cutter. In Ruby's Design tab, we are going to draw a basic rectangle. We're going to use that rectangle as the starting shape to make a customized bookmark. Let's go ahead and make it the same size as the free bookmarks you can pick from the library. 8 inches tall by 1.5 inches wide. It doesn't have to be super accurate, but as usual, if you wanna, you can just type in these values in the menus on the right-hand side. Select the rectangle you just drew. And we are going to click the Fit to Design button. This is going to shrink down all of our workspace. And now we can add some details. Draw a line using the line tool and move it in place roughly in the center of the bookmark. It should snap in place automatically. You can resize that line by hand, as usual, or just type in a new height for it on the right-hand side of the screen. Select that line, and then copy and paste it a few times. The new lines won't show up automatically, but they're here. Just drag them away as you create them. For this project, I went with 5 lines, but make as many as you like. I positioned them roughly 1/4 inch away from each other. Again, you can put these in place by hand, or you can adjust their position by typing a new value in the menus on the right-hand side. Repeat for each line until you're happy with your design. It doesn't have to be exact, it's just that I like to do it that way. And now, let's add some text to customize that bookmark. I'm going to select the text icon at the top, click anywhere on the workspace, and start typing something. This is just some text, to give me an idea of what the text will look like with the different fonts available on our computer. I always suggest the Futura font or Arial font because they're just so easy to read. Once you're happy with the font you picked, you can go ahead and change the text. For this demo, I'm just going to use a famous quote I really like. We rotate the text to line up with the rest of our bookmark. As usual, we could make these changes by hand or with the menu on the right. And finally, we drag the text in place where we need it. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. We can always split our text across several lines. Just keep using the text tool to create more lines. Do you recognize this quote? It's used to be on the walls at the Central Resource Library. There's a new quote on the walls now. Come to the Central Resource Library to check it out. Again, keep adjusting the position of your text as needed. Click on the Save icon to save your progress. Before sending all this to the laser cutter, go ahead and select everything that needs cutting and click on the red color to make sure the laser cutter will know what to do with it. As a reminder, everything in red will be cut, everything in black will be engraved. Finally, we can create a laser cutting job for our design by clicking the Create Job button, and it will show up automatically in the Prepare tab. There, we can position it and rotate it on our workspace. Remember, we can still make some changes there, but it's usually better to do these on the Design tab. Select your material settings from the materials database on the right-hand side. Again, we are going to go with cardboard for this simple project. And push your design to the Produce tab. I'm going to prepare the laser cutter with a sheet of chipboard, following the same steps as in the setup section of this video. Close the lid, start the exhaust, and click the Start button to engrave and cut your bookmark. This specific project takes about 1 minute. It has a lot of room for you to make it your own. And that's it. Show me your creations using chipboard, felt, whatever you like, using the hashtag JokoMakes. Hope you enjoyed learning how to use the laser cutter with us today. Let us know if you have any questions. See you soon at the Makerspace.